In the last 5 club international matches Cole Palmer has played, he has scored 3 goals and made 4 assists. That's a goal involvement rate of 1.4 per game. Truly incredible, up there with the very, very best. So how exactly is Palmer making such an impact on the big stage? Before we begin, let's take a listen to an interview he did after a Conference League win when he was asked about what changed in that second half triumph for Chelsea.
Yeah, I was just sick of getting the ball and going backwards and sideways, so I thought when I next get the ball, I'm just gonna go and
Be direct. That's the word he might have been looking for to finish his sentence. I was sick of going backwards and sideways, and I thought next time I get the ball, I'm just going to be direct and attack. And we can see this mentality in his first assist. Here, he's looking forward, but there's no option. So what does he do? Does he pass back? No, he tries to find another way to attack. He sees an opportunity to dribble past the midfielder and drive forward. And now look where he is. Instead of passing the ball back into the defensive half, he's found a way of carrying the ball into the attacking third. This shows that sometimes you have to force yourself to look for other opportunities to penetrate if the original ones are blocked. Now, once in this position, he could have passed wide and be satisfied with his job, but no. He thinks, can I create something? And he sees a solution. He senses the Betis defenders dropping and so cuts inside and notices Betis' centre-back attracted to the Chelsea forward, in fact both of them, while the Betis right-back is now outnumbered 1v2. And he exploits that space, exploits that situation, delivering an excellent curled cross into that space. This idea he has of being brave and positive to attack is the golden thread throughout all of the other features of Palmer's play, which we'll go through now. Let's start with his positioning and movement. His aim is to try and receive a pass in space to turn and face the opposition goal so he can attack, create and score. Sometimes this means staying wide to receive a pass to feet and drive forward. Sometimes it means making a run from wide in beyond. And sometimes it means rotating into central areas to receive a pass between the lines. And it's in these central spaces that I think his positional intelligence really shines through. For example, for his goal against Palmeiras, he positions himself just behind the midfield line. And why? Well, because the midfielders won't be able to screen him and therefore can't effectively block any pathways he creates to receive a pass through. And also it checkmates the centre-backs because they don't want to come out and mark him close, as it would leave a space and beyond for another Chelsea player to attack. The result is that he has created space by himself to turn and drive forward in a really dangerous position. And he did the same against Benfica, where he received between the lines and played through, and against PSG, where he turned and drove forward to create a 3v2 attack, getting assists in both occasions. Let's go back to this clip. After Palmer receives between the lines, he makes an exceptional turn, and it's the quality of his turns that are a real top feature of his play. The reason because he does turn so well is because he recognises where the open space is. For instance, here he senses pressure coming towards the ball, and so he correctly identifies that the free space is behind him. Then, to execute this, he peels the inside foot away on contact to just take the pace off the ball so he can turn in one smooth motion, keeping good control of the ball. And the same thing happens here for the second goal against Betis. This time he had already received the pass and used his body with good strength and balance to keep the ball away from the defender, making sure the defender can't get a toe on it. And he used the sole so he can turn quickly to the opposite direction for where the defender comes. So if he comes on his left, he can roll the ball across his body, or if he comes to his right, which he does do in this situation, he rolls the ball away to dribble past him. Let's go back to Chelsea's first goal against Real Betis, where he made that fabulous assist. You can notice how he can see the Betis defender move inside, open up space to turn and dribble on the outside. But look carefully at how he turns. Most players do a big diagonal touch, but this does give the defender a chance to get a tackle in. Instead, his turn with the inside left is sharp and close, meaning that he can maintain close control of the ball, which minimises the chance of him being tackled. Then, after he drives forward and recognises an opportunity to turn inside, he uses the outside of his left. But again, notice how sharp that turn is, over 90 degrees, and it's still really close to him, giving him the opportunity to stay in balance, making an early cross. Now, his curl pass techniques is also an important major attribute to his game. He has mastered this action with both feet, which has allowed him to get so many assists. This curl pass allows him to bypass defenders and get the ball into the path of an attacker. For example, here, after he turns away from the defender, he curls the ball with his right into what they call the corridor of maximum opportunity. And the nature of this curl pass is into a space where neither the defender nor the goalkeeper can intercept, and right into the path of Nicholas Jackson. The great thing about Palmer is that he's managed to transfer his technique to curl the ball with his passing to his shooting. He doesn't blast his shots, he often places and bends it into the open space. He did this in the Euros final against Spain, if you remember. And the benefits of this type of shot is that it allows him to bypass defenders when shooting towards the far corner of the goal. And it also means that the ball becomes much more difficult to be saved as the ball is set to go the long way around the goalkeeper. So here are my takeaways from Palmer's game in what has led him to finish the season really, really strong. What about you? What do you like about Palmer's game, and what are you looking forward to when watching Palmer this season?